Welcome to Spotlight on the Arts. I'm Patrick Christiano, your host, the publisher of TheaterLife.com, a website for theater buffs. And I'm coming to you from the LTV studio where I have my dear friend and a special guest, the Executive Director of the Southampton Art Center, Christina Strassfield. Christina, thank you so much for coming. It's just a joy to have you.
It's always a pleasure to be here talking with you, Patrick.
You have got a really exciting season going on, and I actually just got to do a show there too, which we'll talk about at the end if time allows. But let's get right to, your Beyond the Streets exhibition that is up until July 20th. And when I went to rehearse the piece that I just did this weekend, I walked into the gallery and I went, oh my God, it just blew me away. It was fantastic. It is fantastic because it's still there. So everybody, she's going to tell us about it. We're going to see images of it, but get over there and see it. It's fabulous. And it's a second time you're doing it, right?
Absolutely. Before my time, before I became the executive director, the former director, Tom Dunn, had the first showing with Beyond the Streets, which is guest curated by Roger Gassman. It's his company. And he's an artist, but he's also a promoter of graffiti art and post-graffiti art. So he comes in and he does shows all over the world, in Asia, Europe, everywhere. And we wanted to do another show with him because it was so successful, the first one, but we wanted to make it a little different. So the first one was works on paper, and we decided that we wanted to have something a little different. So I approached him saying, can we have paintings? Can we have something a little bit different? So he said, yes, let's do a painting show and make it like post-graffiti. So graffiti artists, but also how graffiti artists then moved on to be in galleries and museums. So it's really
sort of became
exciting.
Established, in other words.
Absolutely.
It went from just being in the subway to being
That's
a real
right.
thing.
And people always expect, they're like, well, oh my gosh, like I didn't realize that it is an art form, and it truly is an art form in and itself, collected by many museums all over the world.
Now you have somebody painted on the walls. Tell us about this.
Oh, absolutely. We're so excited because when I was talking with Roger, I said, what can we do to make it a little different? And he said he really wanted to have one of the graffiti artists come in and actually spray paint on the wall. And how did I feel about that? And I said, well, okay, let's do it, but we have to make sure that we do it with paint that we can then, of course, cover over at a certain point, and that it wouldn't interfere with the murals that are in the first gallery, and that we really had a little bit of control over it. So we gave him the floor plan of the gallery, what he could be painted on and what couldn't be painted on, and he approached Crash, whose real name is John Matos, who was a graffiti artist who started when he was 13 years old in the Bronx, where I'm from, so it's exciting. He went on subways and he used to write his name and tag all over the place, and he saw the space. He came in, he had a little sketch of what he was going to do, and he came in and within 2 days he did a fabulous installation in the galleries, and it was just such a pleasure to watch him do it, writing his name over and over it, symbols and the colors that he used, and just the energy and of excitement of it was really wonderful.
Well, this is what took my breath away. So we have the images of these things. Are they up top? Well, let's start the images and we'll just stop as we need to. This is go ahead.
This, of course, is the front of the building, and we're very excited. So the one of the banners is the post-graffiti banner, which has Kenny Sharp's artwork on it. And there's 3 paintings by Kenny Sharp. And it's very exciting because his work has just gone for over $1 million at auction. So it's really kind of amazing property. This is the inside. So here you can see 2 of the Kenny Sharp paintings on the left there. And his imagery, again, has started out, looks like what he would have done on the streets, on billboards, on subways, on buildings. And then some of the other artists there are Eric Hayes, Angel Ortega, and it's all different. So as you can see, post-graffiti art has a lot of different styles. It's not just one style of art. And the work looks fabulous, actually, in our space. I must admit, I think the show really came together beautifully.
Oh, this blows my mind.
This is Crash's work. So this is John Matos' work.
This is what's at the entry when you come in. And this is what I walked into, and it just takes my breath away. There's
such an energy to it. And I think you're absolutely right. So when people come in, they're like immediately surrounded by it, because it goes all over the gallery walls. And he also included, as you can see to the left, there's a painting that's incorporated on top of what the graffiti is that he actually did. And there's a lot of his name. So his name appears, I think, 3 or 4 times in this one room, which I think is really sort of very, very innovative, because at first you don't even realize it.
Now, how
but
old
then
is
you can
he?
see it. He is about 63 years old, but he started when he was 13. So think about it. He's been doing it for about 50 years, has tremendous energy. He's lent his work to fashion, to guitars, to skateboards, to a little bit of everything, and is in many museum collections.
I love it.
This is just at the other side of the gallery, and as you can see, his name Crash appears once again. We didn't have him write on the donor section where we have our donor names. We said you can't write your name on that. But he did everything all around it.
Wow.
On the baseboards, going all the way up to the molding, which
So,
I think is
and
very
if people
exciting.
don't see it, on the right side, that donor thing is where all the people that have contributed, he managed to do all the work right around it without infringing on it in any kind of way, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I think it's kind of wonderful that Roger also put in a number of those spray cans, the artwork, how those aren't the original spray, those are spray cans, not the ones that he used for this installation, but over the years what the spray cans look like. This is another viewpoint, and he really did a fantastic job. He did the installation. Well, the round piece at the end is actually made out of skateboards. So it's interesting that graffiti art translated into music, to hip hop music, to skateboarding, to fashion, and these elements appear over and over again. The hanging piece has sort of like an optical illusion effect. They're very, very exciting. So each one of them has their own unique style and flavor to it. And there's another view here going forward. This is by an artist who's very, very well known, also called Zephyr. And it's funny because I walked by this piece many times and I was looking at it and I didn't realize that it spells Zephyr in it. Because a lot of these artists, when they were first writing their name and they were calling it tagging on the subways, they couldn't use their real name because, of course, graffiti was illegal.
Right.
And so they would have a moniker of their name. And only later on did we learn who these artists actually were and have their real names included. So when they became part of the established,
How old is he? Do you have?
he's probably in his 60s too. I think all of these artists,
They're seasoned
Absolutely.
graffiti artists.
Absolutely. And most of them started when they were in their teens. So they've been working for 40, 50 years.
I love this piece. I remember seeing it too.
These are just some more translations. Again, each one is kind of different. There are some sculptural elements in the show. This one artist on the right uses the eyes, constantly having sort of the eyes as the vision of the soul. So every time you're walking around the room, you feel like the eyes are looking at you in a really kind of charming way. And then this is our next show, what's happening coming forward. We're really excited that opening in July 27th and running through September 14th is a show called Couples Squared. And this is going to be guest curated by Phyllis Tuckman. And this is an Eric Fischel piece. It's hot. It's coming right out of his studio. So it hasn't even been shown at the gallery yet. So we're going to be the first time he's showing this particular piece.
Wow.
And so we're excited.
How big is this? What's the size of this?
This one is actually like 6 feet by, I want to say 6 feet by 8 feet.
Because I know he paints big.
Really large piece. And we're very excited because the idea is that it's all couples, husbands and wife, partners, partners who have passed away.
And you're curating this, right?
No, I'm not. Phyllis Tuckman, who is a woman that I worked with before. Phyllis Tuckman is curating, and she's just wonderful. I worked with her on several other shows, and it's really exciting to be able to have that opportunity to once again bring this forward to our community, because I think everyone's going to really enjoy it.
Now, look, is this part of the new show?
This is a show that we have currently up, which is called Abstract Organic Abstraction Sculptures on the Garden, because we have a beautiful property. It's 2.5 acres. These are behind where the theater is. So if you enter off the parking lot from the CVS and all of the stores,
you can take that down while she tells us about it.
Where all the stores are, you would walk in from the parking lot, and we have 6 different sculptures there that have been guest curated by Cheryl Sokolow. You were too busy thinking about your own play, which was very important.
Selfish me.
Absolutely,
I missed
no,
a
no.
wonderful opportunity,
But
it
it's a
looks
great
like.
opportunity for anyone to come by. There's wonderful benches. You can come, you can bring your lunch, you can bring your dinner, you can sit down outside and really just enjoy the beautiful nature that we have there. It's
So
really
even with the
spectacular.
sculpture garden, then you show movies on top of it.
We do.
Because you have an extraordinary movie schedule that's coming up this
We do.
summer
I'm
too.
very excited about that.
Do we want to launch? I mean, I don't. What we have? I transgress. What's the next image?
Oh, this is going to be a wonderful program. This is our celebrity autobiography. Eugene
Oh.
Pack has done this, and this is something that we're really kind of excited about. And this is going to happen on, I always have to check, July 12th.
I have a note on it too.
July 12th. So again, wonderful artists who've just appeared. John Slattery, who just appeared at Bay Street. Susan Lucci, Talia Balsam. I was getting her name wrong. And Richard King. Kind. I'm sorry, Richard Kind. These are wonderful actors, and of course, as you know, with celebrity autobiography,
They read the celebrity autobiography book. It's really very witty. It's very amusing, and they all fill it out. And they're things that you would never imagine that these celebrity people said. That are so off the wall, kind of.
we have to get you to be in Power Celebrity Autobiography. You'd be perfect for it.
I know I would.
Absolutely.
Another season. But thank you for this. Getting to do true there. Let's go. Let's see some more of the images. Oh, and Melissa.
We're so excited that we're going to end the season with Melissa Errico, the cabaret singer par excellence, on September 1st. She will really sort of close out the summer season. We're open year round and we have programming year round, but she is so dynamic, has done Sondheim, has just done everything Broadway, and she is someone who, if you haven't seen her perform, you must see her perform because you're going to be so entertained and inspired and really energized.
And what makes her, you can take her down too for a minute. What makes her really special is she's a wonderful actress too. So her songs, besides having this terrific voice, she imbues the story of the song. Becomes, but she's got a powerful voice. She's going to blow the roof with that.
She absolutely
She's going to be outdoors.
She's going to be outdoors.
I think she needs to.
And she's going to have her accompanist there, and there's going to be 2 other musicians. So we're really kind
What's
of
the date
excited.
again?
Excuse me?
The date for
The date that is going to be September 1st.
September 1st. That's one not to miss. That's a really good show.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
really
she's
fun
wonderful. One. Yeah. Let's go on. What else do we have? Oh, Barry wants to come see this.
Of course. I think it's going to be so exciting. We're Thursday evenings. We're going to be doing family films, and we're starting off with The Wizard of Oz. And if I remember seeing The Wizard of Oz, of course, on TV. How many times we've all seen it?
And these are going to be outdoors.
Outdoors. You
which
can
is
bring your
fabulous.
blanket. You can come there. Kids can wear their pajamas and get ready for bed right afterwards. But what's so wonderful to see it on a big screen. We all see it on our television sets, our computer screens, but to see it on the big screen will really, really be fun. It'll be surprising. Those flying monkeys on the big screen are a little bit scary, but again, to see it, I think will really enchant everyone.
I've already circled my calendar for this one.
Perfect. And we've got Shrek and a whole bunch of other wonderful family films, and we're going to do documentary films on Sunday evening.
We have more slides about the films, or we want to tell them what they are?
Yeah.
Let's see. They're in the slides, are they?
This is a film by Lana Jokel, the filmmaker, and it's on the artist Alice Hope. So this is part of the documentary film series, which is really wonderful. Alice is a fantastic artist. I did a show with her at Guildhall when I was there, and I also did a show with her at the Amagansett Life Saving Station. Her work is innovative. She uses mattresses and cans of soda can lid.
You can take that down while
the
she
clippings. And again, these amazing, the blue tape, the painter's paint. She's just so innovative. So I think that when people see the film, they're going to be so inspired by the work that she does.
How long has she been doing her work?
She is probably, I don't know exactly how old she is. I'm going to say she's been doing it for at least 30 years. For at least 30 years.
So she's another season.
And she's another season. She's shown at the Queen's Museum. She's in a lot of collections, private collections and public collections. So she's definitely a rising star. I think she had gotten an award as the Woman Artist of the Year, and really someone whose work will be exciting for everyone to see, and a whole completely different when you're used to seeing traditional artwork.
And we have more films, I believe.
This is a talk. We're going to have Wilbur Ross. He's just printed a book and he's just published a book, and he'll be speaking at as well. So again, we have a series
What
of
day-
book,
what day?
and Wilbur Ross is going to be speaking on. He is going to be speaking on August 23rd. And I think that's going to be exciting for people to actually, such an important person in our for our economy, and everything.
yeah.
So again, someone whose politics are, are interesting.
How well are they well attended to? I mean, because a lot of people don't pay attention to this kind of stuff is what concerns me. So I'm wondering, I'm curious.
I appreciate you saying that. We do all of these, most of the programs are for free. If you're a member, all the films are for free. So it's worthwhile for you to become a member of the Southampton Arts Center.
You hear that?
Which
For
is
free.
fantastic, for free. Membership
All of this stuff for free.
Membership is very low, so it's really worthwhile. And you're going to see world-renowned people, speakers, and hear from people that are changing the world. So why not come and be inspired and learn something and be entertained at the same time?
Well, you're changing our world out here by bringing all this for everybody to see, and you've been doing it for a long time. I thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to promote it, because I think, as you said, a lot of people don't know. So having LTV and having the opportunity to be on your program and let people know that these things are out there and they're available to everyone.
And you have another film, I don't know, the May Mugen film, the lifeguard film.
Yes, that's coming up very soon.
Let's see what else. Let's go. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I always go.
This is Ramblin' Dan. We also have a children's program. He is a singer, and he comes in on Tuesdays, and he does classes from 9:30 in the morning to like 4:30 at night. And it's interactive.
Time out. It comes in when?
He comes on Tuesdays, and it's from 9:30 in the morning till 4:30. He has 1 hour sessions, and he gets these little kids up and dancing and clapping and singing, and it's
all
so
day?
wonderful. All day long. I don't know how he has the energy. And the energy that he has in the morning, he still has the energy.
Is it like a daycare, or is it a class they come to?
No, the people come with their parents or caregivers.
But do they drop the children off?
No,
or
they stay with them.
They stay with them.
They stay with it.
So
You bring a blanket and you sit there and you have a good time, and it's so much fun.
It
to
sounds
see these little kids
outrageous. That's why I want to
jumping
stop
up and
it. So what? Tell them again. What the day? Tuesday.
Tuesdays, and it starts at 9:30 in the morning. And there's different sessions. Like they're usually an hour.
Did you reserve ahead of
hour.
time? How does it
It's
work?
better to reserve ahead of time. Yes,
This sounds like a cool thing to do with your children.
Absolutely. And the kids are so inspired. And, having them exposed to the arts early on, whether it's the performing arts, the visual arts, or music, is what gets them hooked on the arts for life. So it's really an important thing. So
I went to the theater the first time when I was 8. It's, I was inspired by it, yes.
Absolutely.
Get
Thanks
your
your
children
whole
out to the arts.
Absolutely.
At Southampton Arts Center, too. Let's move on. My time is going.
Zibby Owens. Zibby Owens is a author herself, and she has started, during COVID, she started a whole online sort of book club, and this has launched into a whole book empire. And 2 of the books that she's published, her book, and 2 other authors are going to come join us, and they're going to be speaking on August 9th for us. So that's going to be an exciting event.
Let's take that chance. Let's stop for a second. Now, she started the book club, right?
Yes.
Now, is she a writer too?
She's a writer also.
Are some of her books in the book club too?
Yes.
Okay. So,
absolutely.
That's very interesting. And then the book club started publishing work?
Yes. So she started publishing the works by authors that she was inspired by, and it's just taken on a whole life of its own.
So she's also starting the book club. She turned into a publisher.
Absolutely. And I guess in California, there's a store that's her own bookstore that also does sort of like weekly readings with these authors, which is fantastic.
And the authors come and read their own work. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Wonderful.
Gorgeous. Fabulous. Yes, thank you. Let's move on. Let's see what else we're going to happen at Southampton Arts Center this season.
I just wanted to show everyone, this is part of the beautiful grounds. This is a large poster that was done by the Guerrilla Girls. So again, the graffiti artists did a lot of posters that they would put up, the banners that they would put up, stickers, and this is talking about wealth and power, and how wealth and power can influence what goes into museums, what goes into galleries, which artists make money, and which artists can make a living. And we felt that this was a really bold statement to put on the outside of the Southampton Arts Center, but we felt that it was an important statement to also have going forward. So I'm very, very excited about
What's
that.
the response to it?
The response, people are amazed. People are like, wow. They're intrigued because the Guerrilla Girls started, early on in the 60s, and it's sort of generational. So new artists are coming on, they wear the gorilla mask so they don't identify who they are, but there are basically political statements that are being made and putting forward things that need to be talked about and things that need to be really fought for.
That's quite cool. Did you have any negative feedback?
No,
None at all.
None.
That's amazing. That's one. Now I talked about the main the lifeguard film that you have. That's coming up on I think July 10th.
yes,
I did a television show with her and they came on. I think it's an extraordinary film
absolutely.
and the service that they provide for the people here. And I learned something just watching the film that I didn't that I hadn't learned about getting out of a.
It's true. May's wonderful. The film is fantastic. It's won numerous awards, and we're showing it in conjunction with the lifeguards actually speaking and talking
Oh,
about, their experiences. And the money that is going to be raised from that event is hopefully going to be going to the Star Foundation, which is to build a pool out here. Because you have to realize we're surrounded by water, and our young students and the young people that are here, to try to give them lessons, swimming lessons.
Right.
Because if you don't know how to swim, it's very dangerous. We love to go to the beach, but if you know how to swim, that
Yeah.
is so bad. So when you have a pool that's accessible, like they do have in East Hampton, kids can have swimming lessons. It's really so helpful and so important.
So
And
you're
we're very
gonna
excited.
help make this happen.
We're helping them make it happen,
You-
and we're thrilled.
Are-
We're really thrilled to be
Is this
part
the
of that.
initial kickoff to make this whole thing happen?
I think they've done a few other little things, but I
Mhm.
think this is the first sort of larger scale attempt.
How exciting! How
Yeah,
exciting! How
yeah.
exciting!
It's wonderful to be. We do a lot of things for the community, and we felt that when they approached me with this, I felt like this was really something very, very strong. Because I remember my kids had to go to lessons in East Hampton to learn how to swim. So I thought it was really.
And you travel all the way from Southampton. People don't know that.
That's right. That's right. All those
It's a long haul sometimes in the
Yes,
summer.
can be.
Now, what are you having a summer gala?
We're having our Whimsy Gala, which is this weekend. Whimsy Motown Magic, which is kind of wonderful music that's going to be playing.
Oh, it's
and
cool.
dancing.
All Motown music.
All Motown music, so we're really excited
With
about that.
headphones?
No,
No
this is an
headphones.
11-piece live band that's going to be performing.
What's the date again?
This is going to be Saturday, the 29th, which is very exciting. And then we also have our Summerfest Gala, which is August 17th.
So this Saturday is your gala?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all
I
wonderful
just
things.
sunk in.
So many exciting things. But again, our Summerfest Gala, which is another one that we do, because we do two major galas in the summer, and we also do an architectural tour, which is also a fundraiser for us. And we do all three in the summertime, because we have the audiences here at that point. Major part of the audience is here. So we're excited about it. So that one is going to be a great event. It's a dinner and there's dancing.
Now, if someone wants to come to the Motown, what do they do?
All they have to do is call us at our number, which is 283. Oh my goodness, I should know that by heart, but I don't. But they can go to southamptonartcenter.org.
Yeah, southamptonartcenter.org. And
Yes.
it's very easy to make
It's very
reservations.
easy to make a reservation, absolutely.
Because that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's going to be a good one.
So I think we're just about out of time. I just want to thank you again for coming to do the show, but also especially for getting to use your stage and do True there. It was really a lot of fun, and Will, I think, had a lot of fun too, and we had really good feedback.
A tremendous feedback. People really, really enjoyed it. Your one-person personification of Truman was just, people were like, oh my gosh. For a minute you do forget, who's on stage there. And you had the mannerisms and the voice, and using his own words was so special. I think we all learned so much about Truman and his personality, and you just captured it beautifully.
Oh,
I think
thank
you and
you,
Will
thank you.
was wonderful. It was such a pleasure to have you, and everyone who came loved it. I feel like we should just be doing more of those kind of things.
Well, the play itself by Jay Personale makes it easy to do that because it's just a wonderful play and it's so wonderfully written. And since it isn't linear, it's a really extraordinary fun piece to do as an actor too. I have one picture because I just want to show them the picture
Sure.
from the show, because what I thought, I love that we were able to get that. You just get a piece of it in the right-hand corner over there of the backdrop, because we had a whole you were able to do a projection on the back screen of the whole Manhattan skyline, which is the view from his apartment. And I thought that was extraordinary, the little things that we were able to add to it. So thank you for the opportunity. You could take that down. That's
I
good.
think with the minimal amount of accoutrements that you had, the chair, the table, you just made it all come alive.
Well,
You know,
thank you.
it
You're
really was
sweet.
wonderful. Your hat, your scarf, your robe. It really, it all came together so beautifully. I really thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
but
And thank Will.
you're doing. Are you going to continue doing play readings? What's it?
We are, Center Stage Theater, which is a group that is a community theater-based group, is coming in, and they're gonna be actually doing Truman Capote's Thanksgiving play in November, and in December, they're gonna be doing his Christmas play, so it'll be a Truman Capote season.
Then it was fun to work on that stage because you had interesting lighting effects we could work with too that Will pulled up, so it was terrific. Congratulations for a wonderful season that you've kicked off so far. We're just beginning to really get into the heat of it all, but there's a lot of fun to be had at Southampton Arts Center, so make sure you get over there and see what they're doing. Anything, we got 2 minutes, if we want to tell them anything else in 2 minutes, or we
I
can.
just wanna say that they should really look at our website. Our website has everything up. You can purchase your tickets, you can
Oh,
buy your
I want to tell
membership.
them about Mahjong.
Oh, yes, our
But it gets
Mahjong,
sold out all the
but
time.
Mahjong is sold out already. We have paint and sip. We have a number of classes. We have
You mean
live
Mahjong
draw.
is sold out for the whole season?
We have, yes, it's a 6-week course, and it has been
Oh.
sold out. It sells out very early, so that's why it's important to become a member, because you'll get all that information right away before anyone else, and you can sign up for these wonderful courses and classes and films and all the other wonderful programming that we have, and take advantage of it.
Thank you, Christina. It's wonderful seeing you.
Always great to see you, and thank you again for your performance.
Thank you for the opportunity.